loves, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Joy, and today we are going to react and also do a very in-depth analysis of Trump surprise visit showing up to the RNC. I'm gonna tell you guys, it was magical. If you haven't seen it, well, I'm about to show you anyways. Go see, you can see it on Trump's page too. It was absolutely a magical moment. In fact, let me be honest, the last several days since Trump got shot, this has been magical, miraculous things happening, but I'm gonna give you some insight and information that you're not gonna hear anywhere else. As well, Don Jr., so Trump Jr. went after the media in the best way. They have destroyed the media in secret ways nobody knows that I'm gonna expose, and I just loved seeing it. And if you like content like this, make sure and subscribe, hit that notification button so you know when I upload, I can keep you up to date. Also guys, sound off in the comments, tell me if you agree and tell me what you see going on, and also leave me a like because that helps, or share this with anybody you think you would like. So, okay, let's go ahead and let's dive in. Like, get your tissues ready. I'm not kidding, this is like the most inspirational thing you'll see. So after Trump, as we know, had been shot, and this was Sunday, I believe it was when he was shot. It was either Saturday or Sunday. And so it is now, today is Tuesday, so he just came back with the biggest bang. Nobody expected it. Take a look at this.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lee Greenwood.
That's his daughter.
RNC. Is there any doubt who's going to be the next president of the United States? Prayer works. This nation based on faith. Prayer works. Because he was sure, as Donald Trump turned his head just slightly, that the bullet missed him just enough to save his life, to be the next president of the United States. We have believed for so long that God will make some changes in this country, and he's about to make a change in the current administration and send them home.
That's the VP pick.
Thank you everybody for being here tonight. Tonight we make the decision on what's right for America. More prosperity, less gas prices, less food prices, help for our veterans, and God bless our military wherever they are in these United States and abroad. There would be no wars.
Ladies
there wasn't
and
any when
gentlemen,
President Trump
please
was president.
welcome the next president of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work for all my life, and I had to start again, just my children and my wife. Thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. Today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. Sing it! God bless the USA. We are here tonight with one purpose, and that is to elect Donald J. Trump as the next president of the United States. He is here tonight to show his courage, his defiance against somebody who tried to kill him. You will not take this man down. He has the courage, the strength, and he will be the next president of the United States. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea. Ladies and gentlemen, the 45th President of the United States and soon to be the 47th President of the United States, please welcome Donald J. Trump. Today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. Oh, and I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. Mr. President.
Please welcome Mark Laws from Cedar Springs, Michigan.
Okay. I'm actually crying. Like I told you, like magical. I don't know about you guys, but this is, I've seen this a few times now. I cry every single time I see it. When I see him get shot, I cry every single time, both in sadness and then watching his reaction. It's really powerful and overwhelming, but not for the reasons you might think. I mean, it is. It's amazing. So I have a few other clips to show you, but in there are a couple things I want to say before I go on, because I feel like these are really important things. I want people to understand I am not a Republican, and I am not a conservative Christian. I am a free thinker, and I am somebody who loves humanity, and I love this planet. I knew since I was very young, I am here on this planet to make big changes and to try to make this better. I'm here to help. I'm not here to have kids. If I do, it's great, but that's not what I'm here to do. I'm not here to get married. That's my purpose, and it's been a progression of my life of figuring out what is that and what that looks like. And watching what he's doing, that's my purpose, and I want to explain what that means. Forget all the rhetoric. Forget it, guys. I used to be somebody who was, I don't want to say anarchist, but I didn't believe in either side of the government, and I still don't, left or right, because to me, it's all BS. It's all the same people being paid by evil corporations and the evil people that run the world, and we're all being fed different bedtime stories of visions of reality that we believe in that will never exist, and they do it to keep us in slavery and poverty, both sides. You heard me talk about this on stimulus. Why this is so overwhelming is because I'm a very spiritual person. My beliefs are, the older I get, the more I look at Christian mysticism, Christian Gnosticism, think Templars, Knight Templars, as well, some New Age, and Buddhism, Taoism. I love Taoism. I feel like the Eastern religions are great, but Christianity is for people who need something a little stronger. The Eastern religions will teach you how to be peaceful and how to work within the world without harming people or yourself to the best of your ability, and how to deal with that. I feel like Christianity was a man who said, I'm going to show a huge act of love, what we call a miracle, by allowing these people to destroy me and to come back. And a lot of people don't really understand that, and it's something I've studied a lot as time goes on. So I want you to understand, everything I say does not say leaning from one place or another. This comes directly from my heart and what I believe is me just tapping into whatever you want to call the universe, God, love, source, that highest vibration of love and energy that most people, at least in North America, will call God. This is so important to me because it embodies so many things that I believe spiritually, and on a very small microcosm level, things that I've went through. He came up right around the same time I was on the internet. I was on the internet exposing very big people when most people weren't, about issues with trafficking and issues with intimacy abuse, please infer. And I went up against some very big people doing that. And I helped make even change on YouTube with the way kids are put on YouTube in that manner. That also came with a lot of challenges, and I did that while I didn't know I was fighting cancer and a bunch of other things going on in my body, and I was fighting for my life. And I had people decide they're going to put a target on me and try to destroy my life and cancel me over nothing, or over, a lot of it was over misunderstanding. A lot of it was, I talked about being sick because I was trying to figure out ways to get better. I wanted to empower people with their health, and I was told, no, you're not sick. There's nothing wrong with you. You're crazy, and you're scamming people. Although I never took money for being sick, I just talked about it, and I'm still sick. I'm still figuring things out. And the point I want to make is the journey that I have been on reminds me a little bit of him. His is much bigger, right? But he's had to be in positions where people have said the worst things about him, and he kept going. He kept going because he believes in his vision for America and wants to make things better, and actively did while he was president. That's the other thing. He actively made them better. My gut told me who he was when I first went in 2015, 16, when he started running. But I sat back because I said, I don't trust politicians. And I've really sat back. And even in stimulus, I tried to be balanced, but he was the only one that showed care for the American people. Both sides were arguing, how can we screw the American people over and get a bunch of money in these bills for stimulus that won't help us? And he was the only one making executive orders, writing checks. I know because I looked at those 100-page bills. I was reading them and studying them, telling you guys what was going on. Why this is so important to me, and why this touches me so much, and why it probably touches you. A lot of people are so touched by this, you might not put into words or understand why. He is embodying faith of many different types of spiritualities, living in the flesh in a way that's empowering and will change this world in an amazing, beautiful way. Now, what do I mean? And again, I'm not speaking from a Christian fundamental place or any fundamental place. Something I think many Christians in North America, and I'm not knocking Christians, I think most people do Christianity because they are trying to be better people. It's the people at top that corrupt everything, so understand that. Just like all religions and faiths, Christianity has some great things, and they also have some misunderstandings and get some things confused. One thing is, I feel like Christianity has stopped empowering people. So it has us give our power away to other things. And yes, I understand the concept of whatever you want to call God, and let God work through you, and to give your power to God. But to me, it's more of you work alongside of God. You let God lead you in your actions on how to make this place and make yourself and make everybody around you the best that we possibly can be. And when I say best, I don't mean I'm arguing a moral idea. I mean, what's the healthiest version of reality we can all have for ourselves, where we're all peaceful and happy? Us, the planet, the vegetation, animals, everybody. How do we do that? That's what I'm referring to. And one thing that I think that sometimes Christians fail to realize is how powerful they are with God, how they are creators with God. So even if you look at some of Jesus' teachings, now again, I'm not trying to get religious. I'm just explaining my heart and explaining who I am. When you look at all this stuff, it's about saying, like, a lot of it is like, I am, right? I am. A lot of these teachings actually go back to, you are God incarnate, you come from God, you have God energy in you, and you can let God guide you and lead you. That highest energy of love vibration, you can embody that, become that, live from that, create from that. Does that make sense? My point is to say he's doing it. All the things that we are taught in the religions, he's walking. Faith, what is faith? Faith is walking through a situation, holding your vision, holding your vibration. Everything is energy. You have a vision, you send out that vibration, you hold it so strong no matter what everything is doing around you. Be the eye of the storm. He did that. And he's one of the very few people that we see as an example. He did it at risk of his own life. And what we saw people say divine intervention, what is that? That means the higher realms. So even not higher realms, break it down to science. Different dimensions that we can't see. We have these dimensions all sitting on top of each other. Science tells us 12 dimensions. The highest vibration of love, that high vibration, has decided it's going to manifest itself in the physical to alter and shape the reality by saving his life. And it did that to show us when you walk in faith, when you hold your visions, and when you do what's right by you and everyone around you and God, no matter what people say, no matter what they do. We've seen him walk through the fire. They have drugged him. They've tried to put him in prison. They've done all of that, and they still haven't been successful because he is trying to do what's right for the best and highest good of the American people at risk and expense to himself, his businesses, his family, everyone around him. And he is still being protected by that high divine energy of love and light that people call God. And why is this so important? Because when you walk fearlessly with God is when you can make changes, and he's inspiring all of us to do that. As somebody who's not a Christian, who has studied Christianity and all these religions, I see it and recognize it, and it makes me emotional because I know, and this is what I've been telling you guys, this is a sign that we are on the brink of amazing things happening. My cancer is getting cured because of Donald Trump. And I know you guys might not understand it, and I can't talk about it yet, but the technologies that I am using to fix my body that are actively working, he's behind. I can't talk about it yet. I've had to sign NDAs. There's a lot of stuff going on there. And I'm not lying about this, but he is directly involved. He's the only one who wants to make things better for our health. And you guys know that's one of the biggest reasons I'm on this planet. I want to help alleviate suffering. If I'm going to go through what I've been through, and I've gone through it on a major platform and had the world laugh at me and just say horrible things and bully me because they cannot understand. Unless they've been through it or know somebody who has, they don't understand what happens when you have a mystery health issue. And they don't understand my intention is to figure it out and bring back technologies and help be a voice to be able to help us all. And it's because they are lost. And this is something else I want to talk about. I am somebody who grew up very liberal. I was as crunchy as they can be. And I'm still the same liberal person. It's just the parties have gone crazy. When you see somebody who is very liberal, I know it's easy to want to think they're evil. And their actions might be sometimes. Have compassion, they're suffering. Typically, the root of a lot of evil is suffering. Even when, and you know, I've really struggled with this one because even people who do horrible acts, and there are people who do horrible things and they like it, they get off from it, they have fun with it. When you look deeper, nobody actually enjoys that. They are little momentary possible adrenaline rushes or thrills. They don't enjoy it. They don't walk away at peace. It comes from suffering, because they need to be in power. Most of the people on the left, the extreme lefties I know, are the nicest people you will ever meet. They genuinely believe that what they are doing is trying to help women's reproductive rights and women's health care. But they are suffering. A lot of them on the right, we call them the blue hairs, right? The rainbow hairs. And let's talk about the women. And I say this with love to every single one of them. I know them. I am friends with a lot of them. Many times they are overweight. Many times they have a lot of chronic health issues, even if they aren't aware of it. And they are angry. They have every right to be angry, and I'll tell you why. But they have not done the work on themselves many times to understand what is happening. I am constantly trying to reevaluate myself, work on myself, because you guys know me on this channel. I want to look at everything from as many sides as I possibly can, because as I've said before, like, look at this thing. You might think, oh, it's a square. Well, no, it's more a rectangle. No, it's a different rectangle. Well, wait, there's a thing here. This thing is gray. No, this has symbols on it. No, it's actually black. What's the truth? All of what I just said is correct. We can understand this when we take in all sides of what is and come to a conclusion. And that's what I like to do on this channel. Most people don't do that. Most people don't do the work on themselves, and I'm not knocking people. Most people are just trying to survive. You are in poverty state. There is no time to think and process and feel, which is why I think a lot of you like watching me. You're gonna get that information so you can process it, because I do that work. Being sick has forced me in a position where I constantly have to do those sort of things. And I wanna tell you, be compassionate, because you might think these women are baby killers. They are all these awful different things. And I fully understand. And on the surface, it looks that way. But what you're actually seeing are a bunch of women who are sick physically and mentally from their physical. Their guts have been desecrated. Their hormone systems from birth controls and the stuff in our food, the food, the water, the air, everything around us is full of toxic poisons to completely destroy our endocrine system. What happens is many of them, as all women want to be beautiful. That is part of our physiology, right? And we can boil it down to, when it comes to tribalism and survival days, the more beautiful you are, the more you're going to have access to resources. That's just physiology, right? So the more men who like you, the more you are going to have access to resources or have some sway in that. But also, it's our inherent nature to be beautiful and to attract men and to attract a mate. Doesn't mean you have to. Not everybody is this way. Some people like women, that's okay. But there are still certain things, even for the women who like women, we still want to be beautiful. That's part of our physiology. When you are overweight, I'm not saying you can't be beautiful. All people are beautiful. But when it comes to physiology, the reason that men are not attracted to women that are overweight is because in this society, it's a sign of illness. And it all comes down to procreation. This isn't me. Again, I'm not arguing morals. This is science about attraction and how things work. And that's why men typically are turned off by women who are bigger. It has to do with inflammation. When I was at my biggest, I wasn't trying to convince everybody body positivity and I am beautiful. I was like, I'm going to try to be as compassionate as I can and love myself. But I know I'm not in an attractive position right now, and that's okay because I was sick. What happens is they can't look the way that they want. They can't attract men the way they want. And they know something is wrong, but they've been brainwashed to believe that something isn't wrong, that their health is fine, even if they're not presenting as they have a whole lot of health issues. The fact is they will be overweight and they can't lose weight. They can't do something that will make them feel beautiful and attract what they want in the world, so they get angry. They get angry at everybody who can, and it becomes a jealousy. And then they get angry at all the things that are going wrong in society and all the things we need to fix. And most of the time society pushes back and just says, you're ugly, you have things wrong with you, we don't like you. And we're not listening to each other because those feminists and the leftists aren't wrong with what they're saying. They just don't have all the information. And if they knew, almost anybody who is overweight or obese, and I'm saying this not just for women, but with women, we are even more attacked with our reproductive systems. So as much as they are trying to think that they are trying to fix something by saying, well, Donald Trump is bad and he's taking away reproductive rights, your reproductive issues have been hijacked since birth. And it's from the government. It's from the left and the right, but the left are the ones that put so many different things. They've let so many things go with the EPA, with the FDA. I'm telling you guys this for a reason. They think that they're fighting for reproductive rights. They do not know that their health has been hijacked and they could be in a better place with it. And Christians look at it as, we are ending the lives of children. That's what they're trying to do. And that's not, I am somebody who comes from that. I have had to go through that. I have had to end a pregnancy before. And I've had miscarriages because of my health issues. It's not, most of them are not happy about it. Now, some of the crazy ones might claim to be. It's not a happy, joyous occasion, but we don't have health care. We don't have good birth controls that don't poison us, and we need access to that. I understand that doesn't fix everything, because some people will say, yeah, but there are personal choices. I get that, but I'm telling you, so many things would get fixed and be better if we had better healthcare, and healthcare that didn't make us sick. A lot of people are running around with mental illness that's more rampant and rampant, and isn't that interesting with all of the different food and chemicals and hormones that we have allowed in the last 100 years, and with the rise of birth control? It has destroyed our health and makes people crazy and angry. And then we're told, oh, you just have mental health issues. No, there's nothing really wrong with your mind. Your chemicals on your body are not working correctly because they've been messed up. Trump, to me, is the only one we have a shot at bringing back the technologies to make us healthier. And when we can get in a place of being healthy, we can actually evaluate the world and make positive changes and not the destructive ones. When you see a leftist that looks like they're going crazy, it's because they are, but it's because their bodies are under attack. It doesn't mean we don't have, what I want to say is have compassion. Have compassion. I think if we can have compassion and understanding, a lot of healing can be done. And I would say this to those lefties who are anti-Christian and they think Christian fundamentalism is stupid. I grew up as that, and they aren't wrong as well. Hear me out, in the sense that growing up, Christians were people who touted moral authority and superiority, screamed that everyone else was horrible and evil and shouldn't be allowed to exist, and behind closed doors were doing horrible things to people, especially intimate acts and children. How many people back in the 90s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, how many people did we see in Congress and in government? I mean, the Duggar dude, the head of the family division of Christian something, and he was a lobbyist. And look at what he was doing to kids. He's now in prison. How many of them? Oh, well, I had, gay sex with an underage aide. Many people like me looked at that and we said, Christianity is evil. As I've gotten older and I've had more wisdom and understanding, I understand the concept of Jesus trying to do an act of love that was so incredible that he sacrificed his own life to show people that he loved him, and that he loved him, and there's a higher vibration of love that you can create from. That's what I see, and that's what we miss. So when you see that they are so against Christian, that's what they are against, guys. They are against the negative aspects that we've seen and that we've been pushed, and quite frankly, that Christians have allowed. I don't say this to be mean to Christians or call them out. I say it, we all have to understand our weaknesses. I come from both worlds. The way to heal is to understand our weaknesses and also to focus on getting healthy, mind, body, soul, spirit. And I saw him be a living embodiment of all the things that I try to practice spiritually. My health is my bullet that I have been trying to work with. And I don't know how I'm here. I thank God that I'm here every day. I do hours of prayers and mantras to try to get myself better, and thank God. And so what we are seeing is the living embodiment of a lot of the spiritualities we have been taught, but we are seeing somebody live them. And I want to say, I know each side has an argument. And like the left, I know if you're a lefty, if you're watching this and you're seeing this, you have concerns, and I get it. But I'm going to speak from my truth now. He is not the left or the right. I'm not saying he's perfect. Of course he's not perfect. It's not about being perfect or presenting in a perfect way as everybody thinks they should. It's that I think that he is the best shot to doing the best and highest good because he doesn't take those sides. And even though he's not perfect, I think he is trying to do things on the side of what you would call the best and highest loving possible energy in the universe, aka God. I know that was a bit of a tangent, but I had to just speak what was on my heart because I don't hear a lot of people talking in this depth when it comes to the spiritual aspects of what is happening, but also the science, the medical aspects. I also want to play something else. There's a couple other clips that I love. This clip is Don Jr. going after the media, and it's brilliant. Take a look at it.
What is that change going to look like, Don? What practically, your father as president, I think you would even say, was a divisive figure. What's it going to look like in the second term?
I don't think he was a divisive figure at all. I think the media created divisiveness around him. They lied about Russia collusion. They said he was a traitor. They went after him in every which way as possible. If the media actually starts being an honest broker, talking about the things that he did, the prosperity he brought, the peace deals that he signed around the world, rather than the disaster that we're living right now, I think you'd do everyone in the country a big favor.
I know immigration's important to him. I covered the family separation crisis closely. Will we continue to see policies like separating 5,000 children deliberately from their parents?
You mean the Obama administration?
You know they didn't do that, sir.
Okay, sure.
Will there be a second family separation policy?
It's MSDNC, so I expect nothing less from you clowns. Even today, even 48 hours later, you couldn't wait. You couldn't wait with your lies and with your nonsense. So just get out of here.
I love it. And this is what we have to do, guys. And that's what I'm going to keep doing on this channel. We have to call it out. This is why I love covering Biden. I mean, Biden is an entertainment circus on his own. We have to keep calling out. We have to keep shedding a light. We have to shed a light on the truth. And the dark will scatter. And this is why the dark is freaking out. This is why, guys. This is why. When you see the dark at its worst, things are about to get good. And I just love watching him go after them so brilliantly. And all he's doing is the truth. And here's the other part that I want to talk about with Trump. Let's talk about the aspects of how he's destroying the media. Biden did an interview last night, which I covered, and you will go see, and it is interesting. Biden's interview got 200,000 views. Trump's interview, or Trump coming back, on his page alone, 1 million views. Everywhere he's posting it, 1 million views. What does that tell you of where the American people are wanting to put their energy? They are seeing exactly what I'm saying, even if they don't fully understand it. They see it, they feel it, they're putting their energy behind Trump. Biden had to do 20 minutes of lies, and he got mad. It was hilarious because the media is not on his side right now. He got mad and started getting real defensive. Trump, all he had to do was walk on a stage, and he had a bigger impact. Trump has been very quiet with this election cycle because he's smart. He's a Gemini like me. I'm a Gemini. It's so funny. It says, for every successful businessman, there's a Gemini woman by his side, and that is, I love it because as Geminis, we're jack of all trades people, and we can just create things. We're quick on our feet. We're communicators. We can build, and he is the same way, and we're very, very savvy with our communication. And he is the same way, to the point where people will really misconstrue us and misunderstand us and think that we are manipulative or we are awful people, which we are not. We just have a ton of charisma they don't really get. We're able to draw people in, and people get scared of that, which I understand. But what I love about what he's done is he didn't have to do anything. He's let Biden destroy himself and stood back and watched and been silent. All he had to do was continue to be himself, do his rallies, stay in his energy. And he had a divine intervention, thank God, and he is still here. He's in a walking embodiment of who he is, and we're seeing the divine energy protect him. And all he has to do is walk out on a stage and say nothing. That's the difference between the light and the dark. The light is so powerful that it can just walk in a situation. The dark has to do all this yelling and screaming and manipulation and trying to hurt. The light doesn't have to do that. And that's why a lot of what he's doing is so brilliant. I wanted to explain the spiritual aspects. So I'll go ahead and end this video. I also want to say, guys, you know, when I came back, I told you, because of everything I've been through, I'm going to fully be myself, tell you guys that I'm a very spiritual person. I think I talked to positive aliens who want to help this planet and come back and be intergalactic. And I was really scared. And you guys have just accepted. I was even scared to talk about Trump. A lot of the people you watch, like Meet Kevin, love Meet Kevin. He likes Trump, but he won't say, he does want to alienate his audience. I get it. A lot of them, they're trying to be unbiased. Like Trump, they're not saying it. I'm not going to be afraid anymore. I've had to walk through the fire. I've almost lost my life several times. I'm done being afraid. Thank you for letting me always be myself and say what I need to say and say things from my heart. And thank you for being here. And to the best of my ability, to every breath I take, I will work towards making myself a better person, the world a better people, and helping improve your lives and do everything I can for you guys. That's what I'm here to do. I've got your back as you've had mine, and I just love you so much. Thank you for accepting me. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I'll see you soon in the next video. Hugs, mwah, kisses. Good things are coming, guys, and I'm going to expose